Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, hope you're all doing well, and the SINNOH event is now up and running in full swing. Started at 8 AM this morning, it'll be yesterday for you lot, and I've got a batch of 7km eggs about to go off, which are probably going to take time to delay, I must say. So let's begin, shall we, with how the day started. I woke up, the first two Pokemon I check are shiny. Which I need to show you because I sadly didn't screen record them. They were back to back, not even kidding. Turtwig in the house, shiny, and then the next check Omanyte shiny, which is mad. Then hatched Dano, and then the boosted spawns, and also we had the Sunny boost on our side. We got Gabite, an evolved Gible, in the house as well, which was insane. It's sadly over 1500 CP because I think Gabite would be pretty good in PvP, but not too shabby a start to the day. Now, there's some information that goes with this event which I need to find somewhere I can put the camera down and actually go through it with you in terms of egg pool, spawns boosted, and quest rewards. I'm personally hunting for this dude, Hippopotas. We have the batch going, so let me try and find somewhere that's not too crowded. Yeah, this is all new eggs. Tom, I think your egg's going off. Let's see what we get. Obviously, Combi is in the egg pool. Annoyingly, it's one of the few that can't be shiny, so we'll be throwing that in the bin. Shiny Riolu, Shiny Gible, that's what we're looking for. Shinx, again, that's another one I don't care about. I don't know how many I have, maybe 6 or 7 in the egg pool, but let's see what we get. Another Combi. The thing is, the egg pool is actually reduced. Is that exactly the same CP as before? Probably not. Another 3 to go. The egg pool is reduced now. There's only about 9 Pokemon in it, which is nice, but you also have a load of rubbish in there. That's what we want. Sadly not shiny, but it's actually the Gible. That's going to be bad IV. 659 is the hundo. That's 89%. But cool, Gible candy. Out of 7km egg, I rate that. What is next? Shiny Riolu, please. Bonsly can be shiny, but not. I mean, my battery's already running out, which isn't ideal, but here we go. This is egg number 5? 5, I think? Hippopotas, I'll take that because that can be shiny as well. That is 80% into the bin with that. The thing is, Hippopotas, as you can see, is spawning extra in the wild. Boosted spawn. So boosted chance for shiny. And Mantike is one of the ones you don't want. That is quite irritating. That's it in terms of those 7km eggs, so now we need to stock up again. One thing I will show you though, shout out Kendon in the USA, my mate, and I'm going to hopefully prove that you can get 2 eggs out of 1 gift this time. 1 egg. Oh. Of course it doesn't do it when I'm on bloody camera. The thing is, it is confirmed that you can get 2 eggs out of 1 gift, which obviously means you're going to fill up your egg storage a hell of a lot quicker, which is lovely, and the sun's come back out, which is also lovely. Okay, this gift actually gave me 2 eggs. You can get 2 eggs out of gift. Proved. There we go. Okay, so there's some tips and information here for this SINNOH event. It's going to last until February the 10th, 10 PM your local time. So you have 4 days. Well, by the time you're watching this, it'll be 3. Please don't blow off this box camera. That would not be ideal. One thing I must stress is this entirely depends on your attitude towards hatching eggs this event. If you are willing to give it a go and actually buy the adventure box for the super incubators, which is a pretty good deal. 16 super incubators in there, and I think 2 or 3 normal incubators for your nearly 1500 coins. It's not too bad to get a couple of batches of 7km eggs through. Top tips for this event. So, having looked around, Gible, it was weather boosted earlier today, and there were spawns. Actual Gible spawns seem to be boosted, which is always good news. So if you find it on your nearby, tell your friends, go and hunt them down, because obviously they can be shiny, they are extremely rare, and Garchomp is a very, very good Pokemon, both Dragon type and Ground type. So one to look for. It will also be in 7km eggs, which is where I'm saying hatching eggs may actually be a good idea for once. Talking a little bit more about some of the boosted spawns, Hippopotas you saw earlier was boosted as well, and that is one of the new shinies in the game. Obviously male female are different colour palettes, so infographic. The Gen 4 starters are also boosted. The only one that will have a rerun is Piplup, and Piplup will be rerun in December, you know, for the 2020 collective end of the year community weekend. So if you want to stock up on some Piplup candy, be my guest. Obviously Empoleon, as I said in my community day video, is not the ultimate water type attacker. It doesn't overtake Swampert. There's, you know, Kyogre with 2 different movesets is above it, so go for it. It's okay in PvP because obviously it has some more resistances, which is always nice due to its dual steel typing. Chimchar, 1 to miss, Turtwig, 1 to miss as well. They can both be shiny. Always down for catching a shiny. That's the only thing I would say, click on them. There are other boosted spawns like Baneri, which can also be shiny. There are some other ones like Bidoof and Starly, which can be ditto, but other than that, literally there's no point on clicking them. I don't know, there's more spawns here. More spawns at the side. Cranidos. Cranidos is another one that's boosted, and it's also a quest reward, so go for them. And also it's going to be, you know, evolves into Rampardos. It's the top counter for Tornadus at the moment, and also whenever they get round to doing the other 2 Forces of Nature from that trio, Rampardos will probably be an excellent counter for both of those other ones, Landorus and Thundurus. So stock you up on good IV Cranidos and candy is a good idea at the moment. We need to go through this egg pool because it is a switched up egg pool entirely. I like how Niantic are doing this with events now, where they totally change the egg pool for a certain event. We saw it with the Lunar event. The Lunar event had a totally adjusted egg pool, which made it a lot easier to get Daramaku, but obviously had Wurmpool and other things in there like that, so it's still not just all excellent Pokemon. It's a bigger pool now. It's about 9 or 10 Pokemon in the egg pool for this one, which, as you saw earlier, Combi sadly is making an appearance in that. I do apologise if the wind is rocking the sound at the moment, but hey. There are basically 4 Pokemon in eggs that you're going to have to prioritise. So Gible, numero uno in my point of view, because it's one of the most usable generally. It can be shiny as well. Gible's 100 IV from an egg is 569. That's the number you're looking for. Mine was trash earlier, 89% 10 attack, which is obviously the stat you don't want. The other one that's probably going to be extremely useful and is the new shiny that everybody is raving on about is only available in the eggs. That's the only thing. Gible can be in the wild, Riolu can't. So the 100% IV for Riolu is 567. Go for that, because obviously Shiny Lucario, massive flex in PvP. Riolu, cheap to second move. If you want to get one straight out of an egg that is under the Great League CP, I think 71% is the necessary requirements. Any higher than that and you're going to go over the 1500 limit, or you can trade them. But people trying to get Shiny Riolu, it's going to be extremely hard to find, I would suggest. The other 2, Hippopotas, obviously another new shiny. The 100% for that is 776. It's not a meta-changing Pokemon. It does get Earth Power as a ground type, but with just Heatran's gone, there aren't going to be any foreseeable uses for ground types in the near future until potentially Dialga comes back with a shiny. So maybe hold off on that one. And the final one, out of like the 8 or 9 or 10 in the egg pool, is Budew. Now Budew, baby Roselia, evolves into Roserade. The 100% for that is 489. That can be shiny, which is always nice, and also it's a really good grass type, and it's the best poison type in the game. I would also suggest Roserade, coming to think of it, is almost an ideal counter for Azumarill in your Great League PvP, although Great League PvP is very soon probably going to switch over to Ultra League, but Roserade, you know, grass poison type, perfect to counter that water fairy type. So those are the eggs pool hatches that you should probably be prioritising. I'm certainly obviously looking for Gible and Riolu. If I get a shiny Hippopotas or Budew, I will not be mad. Finally, research tasks. Now there are 5 new research tasks that have been thrown as part of this 4-day event, and they're not everywhere, they're sort of mixed in, but I've managed to pick up 3 or 4 of them. The tasks, you got catch 5 Kricketot, which Kricketot is another boosted spawn, not shiny, can be ditto again. Catch it for the quest, but it gives you female combi. Now if you're lacking in a good IV female combi, obviously go for it because it's the form of or the gender of combi that can actually evolve into Vespiquen. However, it's obviously a bit of a crap reward, frankly. The next one I would focus on potentially is catch the Gen 4 starters, catch 5 of them, either Piplup, Turtwig or Chimchar. It doesn't matter, catch 5 of any of them. Gives you 1,000 dust. Now who doesn't like 1,000 dust? Sorry about that. Camera decided to run out of battery. Perfect timing. Evolve a Pokemon using a Sinnoh Stone. Now, it does give you Cranidos, which obviously Cranidos, great Pokemon. Rampardos, fantastic, best rock type in the game. 2 warnings with that. One, you're wasting a Sinnoh Stone, which you're going to need February 22nd for Rhyperior Community Day. You know, take it or leave it, I would say. One thing you could do is just stack 3 of those quests if you find them, and then use 1 Sinnoh Stone to complete all 3. Don't just do 1 per 1, which is going to be a bit silly. And the other thing is Cranidos is going to come out level 15. Level 15, that's a lot of Stardust to power it up, and Cranidos candy is already quite hard to come by, so you might want to give that one a miss. Key one, hatch 5 eggs. Now this is a egg hatching event basically. I'm certainly hatching all the eggs. Hatch 5 eggs gives you a Sinnoh Stone. Now that's a pretty decent quest because obviously it helps you do potentially the Cranidos quest and also helps you stock up on Sinnoh Stones ahead of Rhyperior Community Day. So I'm going to try and find a few of those. I haven't seen one actually yet, and I've done a whole lap of Walpole and Ealing and everything. And the final one, win a raid, gives you Hippopotas. Now I have 2 of those and I am looking for a Tornadus raid so I can do a duo video so I don't have to worry about it in the future. Hippopotas obviously new shiny. It's just another way to get the shiny. It's not a necessity because Hippopotas spawns are pretty well boosted, so you don't need to hang on to those research tasks if you don't want to. There'll be a link to Pokemon Go Hub's article in the description. Have a little look at that if you want some more information on this event. But now I want to crack on, hatch some eggs, try and find some shinies if we can. Let's see what today brings. I may take a trip down to Gunnersbury and have a little look because Gible spawns were pretty good over there. However, it's now partly cloudy and they don't appear very much. So, let's go. I think we have batch 2 about to go off, so, or this might be a lone egg, I'm not 100% sure. Weasel. That's one of the ones you don't want in the bin. In the bin. Do I have more, or is that just the one? It's just one, okay. Tom, you lucky you're a lucky son of a oh my god, you owe me a drink or 2 for that. Wow, we're gonna hatch our own eggs and see if we can get as lucky as you, Tom. I'm not moving too fast. Shinks. Could have been shiny, but not. And it's not even close to being good. Wow. We should have a full, well, a batch of 6 or 7 or so. Let's see. I hate the delay. When it delays, it's so irritating. Bronzong, come on. Back to back. I don't know how many batches of eggs Tom did to get that. Budgie, could have been shiny. Not even good. Not even close. Come on, I'm feeling lucky. Feeling lucky. Could have been shiny. Oh, that's the worst one as well. That's the worst one we could have got. Are you kidding me? Sad times. Anyway, I think this is the last one of this batch. Why is that in the pool? That's not an old egg either. That's new. Strange. That was that. That was a depressing batch of eggs. So I'm going to restock and see if I can get another batch hatched. That Shiny Riolu, Tom, I'm annoyed by that. We have our first wild Gible check of, not shiny, 756. That's worthy of a silver pineapple. Should get that in. I'm going to check it for a couple of other accounts and see if they get shiny or not. I'm going to try to do a duo, so that will be the next video. Duo Tornadus. Francesco, it's not good, Ivy. As you just saw, 2-star. Still a Gible in the wild though, so they are around even though they're not boosted. Just done a duo Tornadus, which will be in tomorrow's video, which you should enjoy. It's a very close one. We encountered a weather boosted Hyper Beam Tornadus. You're going to see that the second batch of 7km eggs I'm not going to be able to finish today. I'd quite like to go home. It's quite cold and the sun is about to set. I thought I'd round the video off with something a bit more fun. There are some Gen 5 Pokemon I want to evolve. Okay, you may be laughing, but it's a lucky dex. Okay, so let's round the video off by evolving a lucky level 1 Timpole, shall we? To get, I don't know what the name of the Pokemon is, frankly, but it's a new Gen 5. Let's get it in the dex, get it done and dusted. I do have higher IV ones, but none of them will be a lucky dex. That's the key thing here. So this is going to go over to... It looks a bit like an infected bean, to be honest. Let's find out what its name is. Palpitoad. Okay, right, well, let's get it over to this warty frog toad. Anyway, I always like putting these new mons in the decks, particularly if they're a lucky form, because then, you know, that's the lucky dex background complete. Don't have to worry about it anymore. There we go. This one's a bit interesting. It's like a mixture between, I feel like, a World War II pilot and something out from outer space. CP35 Seismitoad. Brilliant. It does get Sludge Bomb. I have heard this is pretty good in PvP, because obviously groundwater type preferred. You can have, in Great League certainly, you've got Swampert, Marsh Tomp and Whiscash. All of those typings lend themselves very well because you only have one weakness, grass. That, I think, is going to conclude today's video. I do want to still do a Battle League thing, but there's a few glitches that you may have heard of recently, like somebody using aeroplane mode to basically deny the other opponent a chance of battling. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. Make sure to subscribe if you are new with notifications on, and throw a like on the video if you enjoyed it. Take care, everybody.